Guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, I took a bit of a break from reading these tablet messages from Sarah Boone, but I'm back. I did skip a bit. I think we're at like the end of March of 2024. Like I said, there was some cutoff there. I think it's just mostly bit of March. So let's jump right back into it. All right, so we are back in here. Again, this is there's our inmate tablet messages from Sarah Boone. Thanks to Tanika. It's 2 cents. Again, if you haven't checked out her channel, please do so. I will link to her in the information of the video. Like I said, some of the messages were cut off on the right, and it was really hard to decipher them. So I've skipped to when they fixed themselves. I'm assuming whoever scanned these had a bit of an issue for a few pages there. But hopefully the rest of them are good to go. But we are on March 25th of 2024. And again, we're going to be covering anything relating to Brian Boone and their son, relating to Sarah. And if you guys want her friends or her brother, I can definitely do that at a later time. So this is outgoing for Brian Boone. From being made to call from no response to any of my over 100 messages trying to move forward in anything, but I am unable from your continued intentional obstacles and withholding. You stated you have not scheduled son's dental appointment. You will today. You have not ordered my $6 hymnal. You will today. You have not ordered Delicious Delights food package. You will today. You stated, I do not need confirmation numbers. How else am I to know you ordered? Well, Sarah, I think you're just going to have to wait because you're in jail. And as we see, we skipped a bunch, but we're pretty much in the same situation. So, good old Sarah Boone. Because you tell me you did, you are an inveterate liar. Ever since I've known you. You even made up confirmation numbers before, so I won't know the difference anyway. Just do. Please, so I don't have to deal with your boring, sad ass anymore. Ugh. You. Talk to you tomorrow. Ugh. So, she's calling Brian a sad mess and a liar? Well, Sarah, I guess it takes one to know one. I think she can see that. And I gotta say, whether or not, Brian is responding to you, he's not the one who murdered somebody by putting him in a suitcase and telling him to shut the F up. So really, you're in this predicament for your own, because of your own shit. So really, I don't feel sorry for you, and most people don't. So now we're at 327. Again, Sarah Boone to Brian. No response. Unfortunately, from no response still to any of my over 100 messages, and after being told Sunday you would respond to a message because you don't want to talk to me, I am having to spend more money you make me beg for and withhold and lie about non-stop every time I attempt to communicate with you, either phone or tablet. Same questions and concerns. So in case you forgot from the last video, she's again asking for more. Commissary, she needs funds. Because, she can never have enough. And I agree with the comment saying he could send her $100 and she's like, I need another $100. I need more coffee. She's just full of herself. She really is. Last week you forgot and did not add funds. I don't think he forgot, Sarah. I just think he doesn't give a shit. I am almost in this negative from you withholding and do not have any deposits to date from you. Add so I can finally order things I need and want to put together for my son. Dental appointment for son. When? Time? why does that matter to your ass? Because you're not taking him to the dentist. Again, remember, you are in jail at this point, Sarah. It doesn't make a difference. Now, if you want to ask how his health is and all that, sure, but it doesn't matter about when and the time, because guess what? You ain't doing crap about it. Christmas presents. Have they arrived finally for son? This is the end of March of last year. Yeah. Christmas video visit. Well, apparently she still hasn't gotten that. Have you scheduled? Easter Sunday, March 31st at 1 p.m. Easter Sunday, March 31st at 1 p.m. So she's back to her repeating over and over again. She wants to make sure he knows that Easter Sunday is March 31st, and I guess she wants a video visit at 1 p.m. Hymnal. What is the confirmation number? Also add a dictionary as my other tore in half, and the officer threw away. Ironic, right? Do you think she also has a thesaurus in her cell as well as a dictionary? You kind of wonder, you know. The dimensions are 7 by 5, so I can fit in my drawer. Commissary today. Respond. Now we're still on 327. What is the confirmation number for my food package? Delicious Delights. I don't think you're getting any Delicious Delights anytime soon there, dear. And then we have her talking to her brother, Philip, on 328. Still talking to her brother. And looks like she's got someone named Beth Farber talking to her. She's talking to her brother again. I applaud him for communicating with her. And it looks like there's her friend Ashley. There's her brother. All right, now on 331. Phone call. Confirmation for Easter. When being made to call you from no response to any of my now 105 messages, you are actively deciding to not answer and keep lying. You stated you did not schedule an Easter visit for the second year because you had other priorities and plans which I am not a part of. Sarah, I don't think it's ever going to get through your head that you cannot be completely in your son's life if you are in jail. You just can't. And we're confused when you could schedule a 15-minute video visit with me, his mother, who made and mailed an Easter package for him to open on said video visit, in which you withheld from him for 2 days, which you actually decided not to schedule. Out of the entire day, 15 minutes for me to see my son, and after you told me on the phone from being made to call prior to make sure I could see him this year that you would be scheduling, even if in the evening. 15 minutes. It's ongoing 12 p.m. while you're on the porch smoking cigarettes and playing on your phone, and he is still in bed. That you could undeniably have scheduled a 15-minute video visit for me to see my son, for him to open my Easter present I made him, since we are still waiting for him to open his Christmas present and card from me, and is a completely different holiday 4 months later. 15 minutes out of the entire day. For Christmas out of the entire 2 weeks. Another holiday I begged you to make sure I am included on and in and well in advance after you lie to me. You were going to. You actively deny me to see him. What is this doing to our son? He was expecting this in Christmas. As I stated, you can be an adult and proper parent to include me, his mother, no matter where I am. For a fact, you would not be doing what you are doing if I weren't temporarily incarcerated. You could wake him up to get him dressed, teeth brushed, ready for all the plans and activities you supposedly have scheduled for the day, and make sure he saw me, his mother, on Easter to open my package, while I am in jail. Make sure to make and mail to him and on time to open on the actual holiday, just like I did for Christmas, which was over a 2-week period. I'm not going over this again with you. You never do anything when I call you because you don't answer any of my messages and actively do not communicate with me. This was your response when I asked why you still won't answer me and actively excluded me for Christmas. You withheld me seeing my son for his entire Christmas holiday break, 2 weeks. You actively did not allow me to be a part of his celebration. To date, you have not allowed me to see my son for Christmas. He is still waiting to open presents 4 months later. You actively chose to not order for him to open with yours and your families. You made that decision. All the holidays are mine. When I asked you why, you are actively excluding me from Son's Day and celebration for Easter for the second year. You're in jail, so I don't have to. Yeah, he's right. This was facts hitting her in the face, but she still wasn't getting it. And I had to laugh because I'm temporarily in jail. Because, this is when she still thought that she was not going to be found guilty at trial and that she was going to be set free to fly again like a bird. I mean, come on. She's seriously, she is something else. That is for sure. Son's mother in his life, when I asked you why you keep excluding me and stopping me from seeing him. Stop being sad, Brian. Jesus died for you not to be. Okay. To not be despicable, bitter, and the lonely man that you are. Overcome like he did and like I am. Like you keep telling me. As if I wasn't aware already, I am in jail. In jail, I have more joy, peace, gladness, and hope than you and your entire dry, pompous, unchristian-like fake family will ever have, combined. Divorced oldest son, divorced daughter, perverted spinster younger son, sad, secretly, depressed, lonely, closet case mother wife, arrogant, narcissistic, self-righteous father husband. You reap what you sow. Wow, she should be talking to herself here. Just change a couple of those words, Sarah. You should just look in the mirror, man. Undeniably, remember, see you soon. Enjoy the Easter holiday with our son. I will be thinking about him and missing. I wish you would include me and let me see him. Life is beautiful no matter where you are, Brian. Tell son why I don't get to see him today so he knows. Do better, Dad. He sees and knows what you are actively deciding to do with and for his mother. Remember that. I think he knows that, Sarah. I really do. And you're not helping matters by calling him names, telling him how my life is so much better here and you're a bitter man. Yeah, I don't think that's helping you get anywhere with your ex-husband and the father of your child. All right, so this is a message on 3/31/2024 to her son. He says, read this. Now Thomas, called the twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. The other disciples therefore said to him, we have seen the Lord. So he said to them, unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand in his side, I will not believe. And after 8 days, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas with them. Jesus came, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, peace to you. He then said to Thomas, reach your finger here and look at my hands, and reach your hand here and put it into my side. Do not be unbelieving, but believing. And Thomas answered and said to him, my Lord and my God. Jesus said to him, Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen me and yet have believed. John 20:24-29. Do you believe? See him everywhere. He died for your lies, bad attitude, backbiting, selfish ways. Overcome like he did and like I am. You're supposed to be better from his selfless act. Happy Easter. Wish I was included. Hope you like your package I made for you. I love you no matter how uncaring and nonchalant you are toward me. I wish you wouldn't be. Mother. Look at the difference in her attitude by the end of March of 2024. If the negativity toward her ex-husband, that could be, give or not, but having this attitude and quoting the Bible at the beginning of your message to your son, Sarah, and then going on to say, you are a bitter, selfish, son, and you don't even want to talk to me. I mean, I don't think that's going to help your 13-year-old son just change his mind. I really don't. All right, and here's to her brother. Okay, then we're into April. That's to her brother. More to her brother. There's to Christina. There's to a Beth, Ashley, her brother. There's her brother again. All right, and she doesn't send any messages to Brian until April 14th, 2024. Looks like about 2 weeks span there. Please stop lying. After waiting 2 weeks more for the food package and hymnal you told me you ordered, nothing has come. Why? I know for a fact I was in the negative, so I don't know how you could have when you originally told me weeks ago you did. I thought you would add Commissary on Wednesday and then order, but you did not do either. Add or order. Why do you keep lying, Brian? Why won't you just order so that I don't have to keep asking? It's very disturbing. You keep lying and have me call or write or try and communicate with you about these simple tasks you are actively deciding not to do. Please order $6 hymnal. Please order Delicious Delights food package. Please add Commissary funds on Wednesday. Please cooperate. 150 miles later. Yeah, she's going to keep reminding him that he moved further away, but again, I don't really see how that makes much of a difference. Okay, then we have another message to Brian on the 14th of April. Easter video visit passed. It's extremely despicable of you to not respond to any of my messages regarding my long-anticipated Christmas video visit with my son. Would you have told me I had a scheduled visit finally in a response, or any time I called asking for my $6 hymnal, food package, or commissary? I would not have missed it. I bet though it made your day. Another miss out with my son and hindrance by you and from you. Don't think it will go unnoticed with the judge or your son. Encourage my son's relationship with his mother. Not discourage which you go the extra mile, effort, cost, anything to make sure it stays disconnected. Good job, Father. It'll come back and bite you one day, so enjoy your fake camaraderie while you can. Encourage. 150 miles later. So is that her new ending to her messages to Brian? All right, there's one for Philip, her brother. Another one for the brother. Then we've got a Dee Dee Hooley. I'm not sure who that is. Alright, another Dee Dee Hooley. There's Amani Sellers. Amani Sellers. Alright, there's her brother. There's another Amani. There's Christina again. Christina. Brother, her brother. I think she writes her brother almost as much as she writes her ex-husband. Alright, there's Christina. Yeah, she's complaining to her friends about her family. I can see it when I'm sifting through it. There's her brother. There's somebody named Jalen Lawson. Philip again. Christina. Jalen. There's Christina. Alright. It looks like we have another 10 days before she writes to her ex-favorite person again. Phone call confirmation. Per the phone call we had today regarding my reasonable request, I am still waiting on you to order. As said some for years, months, weeks, and after I heard you physically typing on your computer said reasonable request to know and remember. I am forwarding you again should you not understand. After stating you do, from any of the now 118 tablet messages I sent you previously and you do not respond to. Any to date, and the 104 recorded telephone calls asking the same questions. My goodness. Can you imagine? 104 voicemails. Yeah, I'm sure he's deleted every damn one of them. Why do you make the active, ongoing decision to not order any of my reasonable requests, including for my son? Why do you keep lying about placing orders for any of my reasonable requests, including for my son? Why do you tell me to call back or you will respond to a message for order confirmation numbers and you do not order? As stated, this will confirm you placed the order. I have a resource to call if needed to confirm, check, tracking, etc. So not to bother you, recap of requests to make sure you provide an order correctly. Dude, Sarah, he ain't going to order you any of this stuff. I mean, I really do wonder, did she ever give up? Probably not. The same information can be found in also my previous messages and phone calls. Yeah, I'm sure he's deleted every single one of them. Well, he might have kept them for his records, but other than that, I don't think he's reading them, Sarah. Help you to utilize as a friendly reminder and help you remember what my reasonable requests are and what you stated to me about them. Again, reasonable? Yeah, that's questionable more, in my opinion. Today is Commissary. Well, congratulations. Please add funds for the ongoing 3 weeks prior. You have made the active decision not to add. I am requesting all confirmation numbers after the following reasonable orders have been placed. You stated to me you would be providing when I'm supposed to call you back on Monday to receive. You ain't going to get them. Guarantee it. Soap for son. You actively made the decision to deny me to give him for Christmas and lied to me repeatedly. You ordered and received. Setafrance.com, clearly fun fish soap. Oh dear, $9. Hymnal, you made the active decision to deny me even after you've gone to the same website numerous times and told me about to order the items but chose not to order this. Why didn't you order with any of those orders? Because he didn't feel like it. Amazon.com, Hymnal, I chose when we were on the phone for Christmas, $6. Keep It Kosher food package. Oh, are you deciding to do kosher now, Sarah? 3 prior packages I have requested for you to order over the last 3 years are no longer in stock and able to be ordered. Well, boo-hoo on that. This package is available presently and is a smaller order than what previously asked for. Well, yeehaw. Regardless of the size, you still have been making the ongoing decision to deny me and not purchase. You know the website, I Care Gifts. Keep It Kosher, $30. Damn. Hot meal, pizza and wings. Well, yeah, I don't think you're going to get those wings. I really don't. I don't think it's happening. I've been waiting to participate with others for years with a hot meal that you repeatedly lie to me about that you order, and so I do not miss the opportunity. I want to participate. I'm sure you do. Is it hard to feel like left out when everybody else is getting their pizza and wings and coffee and all that? Sure, it feels really crappy. You know the website, I Care Fresh. Pizza and wings meal, $19.99. Birds and Blossoms and Blooms Extra Magazine Renewal. This expires 5/12. What the hell do you need with a Birds and Blooms magazine, Sarah? I mean, I don't think you're blooming anything in jail. There is no reason that this should lapse except if you decide to make the active decision to allow to. And he will. He'll let it lapse, I'm pretty sure. Birdsandblooms.com, easy pay, account number. Okay, she's given him all that information. I guess it's $13 for the year. You stated you understood the above information. You stated you understood after ordering these reasonable requests. I will not need to call or write again to receive these items. You stated you were typing on the computer all of my reasonable requests. You stated you will order all of my above reasonable requests. You stated to me I am able to call you back on Monday for order confirmation numbers of all my reasonable requests above. Do you think he's just typing like, I ain't doing crap, or yeah, no way, over and over again while she's on the phone with him? Yeah. Everything I keep asking you for is reasonable. I think you need to look up that definition for that word reasonable again, Sarah. Yeah. You lie to me and make the active decision not to purchase. Yeah, he doesn't care. Just, What hurts the most are the gifts I chose for my son. You chose not to order for me to give him. Well, considering this is Brian's money, he already gave him Christmas gifts. I don't see where it really matters, but And you know what they say about kindness, but I don't think you know much about that. The gifts I chose for my son that you chose not to order for me to give him, regardless of the holiday or my reason, and then you lie all about it. You have been court ordered to fulfill my reasonable orders in commissary until my unpredicted trial outcome. So I'm thinking once we get closer to when she is found guilty, a lot changes, but I think that they're finalizing some of their family court stuff now, from what I'm gathering. So I guess it's a very slow process, which is really hard for Brian, I'm sure. You stated in court and to the judge, you understand this, also recorded on our phone calls. He understands it, but does that mean he's going to care? I think there's two different things going on there. I am not to do without until and which you continue to actively decide not to abide by and continue to violate. I will call on Monday. Well, at least she gives a warning, huh? As you have instructed me to do, to receive these order confirmation numbers after you place the overdue reasonable orders. Please do not make me wait any longer. Please do not lie about ordering and then not. Please do not tell me you are going to provide order confirmation numbers and then not. Please do not tell me to call you on Monday for the order information you stated you will be providing for my reasonable request you will be ordering prior to this call. Please do not force me to send another tablet message for the order information you stated you will be providing for my reasonable request you will be ordering prior to my instructed call on Monday. I very much look forward to finally receiving my reasonable request, especially the soap for my son. Thank you. Does she not think that Brian provides soap for their son? I mean, I'm pretty sure he showers pretty regularly. Maybe not daily, but he's a boy. And I'm sure he's got soap and he brushes his teeth and, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I don't think he needs a special soap from his mom in jail. But anyway, all right. And we've got Christina, Ashley. All right. And then on 428, she is writing her son, Sunny Sunday Scripture. Therefore, let us pursue the things which make for peace, Romans 4:19. That includes pursuing things which make peace with your mom. I love you no matter and forever. So again, they're having a strained thing going on here. And there's Lana again. There's Philip, Christina. There's Ashley, Lana, there's Ashley again. All right. So we got 5-3. She's writing to Brian. No hot food. Shocker. I keep trying to call you, as I'm sure you're aware, and avoiding, since I know you did not order the measly hot meal for Mother's Day after you told me multiple times you did. The final delivery was yesterday. There is no more hot food going forward. Why do you keep lying to me that you ordered? Even after I explained the importance and long wait for trying to participate with others in the dorm, you've not allowed me to do to date. Why? I really don't know what to say about how you are such a despicable liar. Why? And you even denied me Commissary $20, stating to me it was because you were going to purchase a hot meal and my small food package and $6 hymnal. I've been waiting for you to keep telling me is coming and you're going to order. I spent only $8 out of the $20 because I thought you were going to order the hot meal and I could eat off of that for a few days. Did you purchase the food package? Keep it kosher? I spent only $8 out of the 20 because I thought you were going to order the package. I bought paper and pens and stamps from the $8 I spent out of the 20. Okay, so she's finally got some paper and pens and stamps. So, yay, Sarah, you got some of the stuff you wanted. I spent out of the 20, also knowing I had medications pending to ration the little bit you gave me. I'm asking now for the Jumpin' Java small coffee package. Also, since you did not purchase my promise, lied about hot plate, which is no longer even being served. And I told you about daily to ensure ordering in time, and you told me over and over you did, including in front of Son. I'm still waiting for coffee. You've been telling me for almost a year you're going to order. Dude, you're not getting coffee. Just seriously, just forget that. Why do you lie so much? Why do you lie? Yeah. Why do you tell me that you are and then do not? It's coffee, food, and a $6 hymnal. Yeah. Nonetheless, you've been to Amazon many times to buy things for yourself and Son. Yeah, I'm sure he has. Knowing I'm still waiting for my $6 hymnal and chose not to purchase. Part of me wants to go, well, did somebody ever send her this $6 hymnal? Yeah. If she was looking for a Bible, I probably would consider sending her one, because I think she needs it. I asked for this and looked it up with you on December 6th. Why won't you just purchase so I can stop asking and waiting? So what is she doing with this hymnal? Is she part of a jail choir? Why? Please purchase for Mother's Day if you need a legitimate reason to finally buy for me. I've waited for Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Easter, and now Mother's Day. Keep it kosher and Jumpin' Java. I care food in small and coffee small packages. The $6 hymnal from Amazon. Please make me stop asking. For Mother's Day, which is next Sunday, May 12th, I'm already missing out on a hot meal for the day and with everyone I told you about. Schedule a video visit for Sunday, May 12th at 1 p.m. now for me to see my son. This holiday feels extremely fast. Do not wait, and I'm telling you 9 days in advance. Keep it kosher, Jumpin' Java, $6 hymnal. Video visit at 1 o'clock for Mother's Day. I'll call you this weekend for confirmation numbers. Please just stop lying. Stop making me call and ask and write messages for you to keep lying. Why? Mother's Day. I'm just floored you didn't order the hot meal. A meal that is hot, but told me you did again. No more going forward. Why? Well, again, I don't think he cares. I really don't. I mean, when it comes to the stuff with your son and the video calls and that sort of stuff, I think a lot of us feel sorry for him. But as far as you're concerned, no. All right, and then 5-3, Birds and Blooms, extra, extra, extra. I do not want this to lapse. God forbid she doesn't get her Birds and Blooms magazine. And I've already told you about, but considering how you lie, I do not believe you renewed this as you stated you would. This expires May 12th. I gave it to you on April 24th to ensure timely order. Birdsandblooms.com. Easy pay. She got her account number. It's $12.98. Please renew. I will call this weekend to confirm. I can't wait to see if the Birds and Blooms gets ordered, guys. What about you? All right, and then she's talking to some friends and her brother. More of the same. Let's see when she next talks to Brian or her son. All right. seems to be getting less and less with the messages to Brian. All right. All right, now we're at 5/8/2024. Stop avoiding my calls. Oh, these are all in caps, so she's real happy. Commissary today, video visit, confirmation numbers for Mother's Day. Still waiting for everything, and now you won't answer the phone after telling me every day to call. And then she's got Christina, Ashley, Christina, Jalen, her brother, Christina, her brother again, Ashley, there's Christina, and there's Lana, So yeah, we can definitely go over some of these with Lana and stuff if you guys are interested at some point. Let's see. All right, so that's the end of the first 100 pages. And so that takes us to May 17th, 2024. Okay, so I got on the second 100 pages here. And what's really interesting is seems like we're missing a couple weeks of May, but that's not a big deal. As you can see, I went through now 37 pages of these 102. It's hard to see it maybe, but it's 37 of 102. And she hasn't really talked to Brian in a while. I will say there is some tidbits from Lana and some of the other friends talking about her case. So if you guys want to go over that, I'm game. So just let me know in the comments. All right, so this is July 11th, 2024. So again, this is just her begging Brian, and she's telling him, today is commissary. You have not supplied in almost 2 months. Add funds. Yeah. So again, we have Christina and Lana. She's got quite a bit of chatter with Lana, and I saw some channels talked about on YouTube. She was speaking about, the lawyer, the deception panel. So I didn't read it. I'm just sifting. So there's quite a bit in here that we can kind of sift through, but it is a lot because you can see their messages because she's writing her back. Lana is for sure. So there's a lot of incoming and outgoing messages. So it will definitely be a lot to go through. And we can go through this portion because it does seem like it kind of starts in here, like the summer of last year. So let's see if there's any more from Brian or her son here. Okay. So these 7/13/2024. She just sends a message to Lucas saying that she loves him. Okay. And then you got Christina and Lana again, and Lana. So there's not a lot going on when we're hitting, the summer of last year when it comes to her family. Well, her ex-husband and her son. So it seems like there may have been something going on there, or it's possible one of these friends told her to just chill out. Again, I haven't read all this stuff, so we can definitely go through it. So let's see. Bunches of Lana and Christina here. Christina and Lana. Those seem to be the two main that she speaks to a lot. All right. And then we have again on July 17th to Brian. Tomorrow is commissary. Please provide overdue funds. So I guess she's resorted to just telling him she needs money at this point. All right, Christina. All right, now we got the next day, 7/18. Today is commissary. Send funds. Okay. And we got Lana and Christina. Lana. Again, lots of chatter with Lana. she seems to be one connecting her to kind of the outside world, so to speak. And she said it looks like she was emailing like the lawyer, you know, and stuff, so, which is interesting to me. All right, there's her brother, Christina, some other friends. It's Lana and Christina again. Nicole, Jaylyn, Christina, Lana, Christina, Lana, Lana, Christina, Lana. Kind of sad we don't get to read any more of her ranting so far with Brian. Guess she's getting it out with her her buddies Lana and Christina here. There's Christina and Lana. Yeah, it's pretty quiet on the ex-husband son front happening here. And we are into, let's see what date we're coming up to here. This is a long message right here. Wow. Very, very long. Very, 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 very long. All right. And we're still in July, so we're at the end of July here of 2024. All right, now she's got Brian again on 7/24. Commissary tomorrow, Thursday. Okay, there's her brother a few times here. And I think that would be it. So that is the end of these messages, and these took us up to, let me just make sure. Okay, so this was through the end of July of 2024. So it looks like we're caught up on these particular tablet messages. I believe I got some recent stuff from Orange County. I'm going to have to sift through it because I've been requesting tons of information through FOIA, not only related to Sarah, but some of the other cases. So I will definitely be sifting through to see if I have anything else. But let me know you guys' thoughts. If you want me to go through all the yabbering, the back and forth on these 100 with Lana and Christina. Mostly Lana, I think, because they're talking about her case and stuff. So it could be some quote, quote, juicy stuff or whatever. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and most of all, stay safe.